Yo, what's going on, guys? It is FoxyDude98 here, and welcome back to a brand new F1 2017 career mode video for you guys today here on my channel. Today we are back after our little break, obviously, and today is upgrade day. We have got two massive upgrades coming onto the card to make this Mercedes extremely powerful. The huge engine upgrade that I decided to put onto the Mercedes has finally arrived. Also, the chassis weight upgrade arrived as well. So as we can see now, looking at the engine upgrade, we are miles clear of everyone on straight line speed. On the chassis front, we're in front of Ferrari now, and on the aerodynamics, Ferrari have actually done an upgrade with the aero. I think they've done about 2 upgrades on the aerodynamics, and they are now better than us in that area. So it means that the next time around, we're going to be looking to make some upgrades to the aerodynamic in order to help out with the car. But anyway, we're going to be getting straight into this practice session, and just as a little note for you guys, today is a double upload day, so you'll be seeing this career mode video, and then there will be a challenge video, and then there will be single videos coming out. And just as a word of warning for everyone, or not really a warning, but thanks for all those with the supportive messages, by the way, for university. It was really nice to see those. Of course, people very understanding and very thoughtful towards why I won't be uploading on Thursdays. And just in the future, guys, there may be days where I don't upload on specific days, and it will be for university purposes. So it's not. So I can guarantee that every single Thursday there will not be a video. But if you find that there's a day or maybe even 2 days when there's no videos, it's because I've got work on my mind and it's a priority. So just wanted to say that, you know, if you don't see uploads, it's because of that reason. Don't expect a video on a Thursday, and just thanks for the nice messages, kind messages, wishing me luck. So I really appreciate that. But anyway, we're moving on into the practice sessions then, and straight on into qualifying we go. The practice sessions we completed with flying colours, obviously using the fresher engines now. And into qualifying, we need to qualify on the front row and beat Sebastian Vettel as per usual. But unfortunately, we had a massive problem. In Q1, the rain is falling, and the rain fell throughout the entirety of Q1. But I don't know if this is a glitch or not, but even though it's pouring down with rain, it was like this for the whole session. But the AIs didn't have any problem getting a quick lap in. So I came across the line here, and I qualified all the way down in last. I'm last. Now this rain, I did this session at the start. See, look, they're all in the 1 minute 40s, 41s here, 2 seconds off the pace, and then I'm 10 seconds off. And now it was the same weather condition from the start of qualifying to the end, so I was really, really angry about that, and I basically got screwed over by the weather system, to be honest. But listening to the session goals now from Emma, she's going to tell us to do stuff, basically. I felt good around here, but that's just been put out the window. But it's to finish in 7th and beat Sebastian Vettel. So, yeah, to basically put things into perspective, qualifying was a complete write-off. And because of that, I decided it's time to be tactical. I just decided, going over to the power unit, do you know what? I'm just going to get a 7th one. So it basically means that I'll have a fresh unit for pretty much every single race for the rest of the season now. Because, I mean, why not? I'm starting last because of this stupid weather system where the AIs didn't get affected by it. And then I'm going to run my slightly worn power unit for this session, because my component 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all brand new. Component 3 is slightly worn, and I'm going to be running component 3 because of the street circuit. Going to get myself a new gearbox as well. Let's get into the race.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, and Kvyat, Perez, Ocon, Hülkenberg, and Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Massa, Carlos Sainz, and Alonso, Stroll, Ericsson, Jolyon Palmer, and Stoffel van Dorn. Wehrlein, and a Mercedes rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So as you can see then, we're on the grid here to start this Singapore Grand Prix, and as you can see, it is going to get wet later on in the Grand Prix, but we're going to be starting on a set of Ultra Softs and then going on to another set of Ultra Softs, which should then get us to the rain, and then we'll go on to the intermediate tyres and potentially maybe even the full wets later on. But onto the formation lap, we're going to mess around as we always do and smack into Van Dorn there. But anyway, we're on the grid now here. We've got 4, 5 red lights here, and it is lights out. There we go here for the start of the Singapore Grand Prix. Decent start from us. We're slightly underfueled here to start things off. Not normally do that, but as you can see then, coming towards turn 1, we're going to make a nice late lunge on many cars there, and as you can see now, side by side with Felipe Massa, I'm going to go down the inside of him, already up into P12 after the first couple of corners, clearing 8 cars straight away here. We got Grosjean and Magnussen now battling hard. Ocon, Hulkenberg, Perez all in there, and we get a little bit boxed in here by the 2 Hasses, so we sit back behind them now for a little bit longer, and we're going to wait now as we come down the straight here towards the 2 Hasses, still battling side by side. Fair play to them, but we're going to lunge it down the inside of both of the cars here, and as you can see, that is Magnussen, and that is Grosjean dispatched with, and we can move on to the Force India and the Renault here, and you can see it is Ocon and Hulkenberg side by side here, and we just have to sort of tuck in behind a little bit, make that move down the inside of Ocon, and we do that in fine style, but Ocon holds it around the outside, so this time it's a little drag race now between myself and Esteban, but with that Mercedes powered being even more powerful than it already is, it's not really going to show a massive effect here at Singapore, but it definitely will in the likes of Malaysia and Japan to come as we go down the inside of Hulkenberg, and also Verstappen here into the hairpin. We are literally just carving away through the field right now, and as you can see, catching into Verstappen here, we're going to go to the inside line, super close to the wall there, and towards now this difficult right-hander. We make the move stick on Verstappen, we just about run it wide there, and as you can see, Sergio Perez is next on our hit list, already up into P7 in this Grand Prix. We have flown through this track, and Singapore is my favourite track on the calendar in terms of the F1 game itself. So we go down the inside of Perez here into the tunnel. You don't expect moves here, but unfortunately it doesn't work for us. But because Singapore is my favourite track on the game to race on, I just feel I'm already in the groove. I felt comfortable in practice. Back end slides a little bit there as we come now towards the final 2 corners. Vettel sets a fast lap of the race, so he's jumped in front of Hamilton, who I believe started on pole position here. But Sergio, you can see, pulls away a little bit in the final 2 corners. A little bit of turbulent air costing me. In towards turn 1 we go now, and as you can see, we've closed up the Perez, and I'm going to sort of sneak my car in there, lunge it down the inside, make the move stick, and next up is Danny Kvyat, who we definitely want to get past in the well, as quick as we possibly can, really. And fair play to Kvyat, up in 5th place, but of course, obviously in real life, he has been replaced by Pierre Gasly, and people have been asking for my opinion, and I'll give it quick now. It's the right decision, and I don't really rate Kvyat at all, unfortunately, as we have a little look there on Danny, but he just covers the door there, and we have to just wait a little bit longer, as we can see that's Ricciardo in front as well. So we need to try and get past Danny, because he's going to get in the way, and we're going to go down the inside just like we did on Ocon. But just like Ocon, he's going to defend it here, so it's a drag race, and we actually make contact a little bit there as Kvyat sort of turns in, but this time we managed to completely just rinse our way through. And onto lap 2, start lap 3 now. Sebastian Vettel sets a 142.3, the fast lap of the race so far, but we're now closing up to the back of Daniel Ricciardo here, and towards turn 1 now, you can see we've got a fantastic run here, and we break nice and late down the inside, clip the apex of 1, and then into 2, and then flip the car into 3. I love that first corner, those first few corners, they're really good. And now we've caught up to the back of Kimi Raikkonen, already on lap 3 here, and Raikkonen going very slowly now, and we're going to make another late lunge here, down the inside into the hairpin, and we make this move, and that's a flat-out stuck-up move on the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen. You do not expect that against the Ferrari, and we have just flown past him, and onto the end of lap 3. I am sorry, but I am just flying through this field right now, and we're catching up to Lewis Hamilton. Now, he is on the ultra soft tyres, but for some reason, a funny glitch, he's actually on a set of intermediate tyres, but they're dry intermediate, so funny glitch there. You can see as we go down the inside of Lewis Hamilton, his glowing tyres there, nice and ultra flash mode, but we've already passed him as well, and Sebastian Vettel has got a very big lead already in this Singapore Grand Prix, but we're up into 2nd place now, and it's only taken us 4 laps, and on to lap 7 of the Grand Prix now, so it's taking us 3 laps to close down Sebastian Vettel. We are onto the back of him now. Will we make this move in towards turn 2? No, he just holds me off there, closes the door, sends me wide, and as you can see, I'm just saving some fuel, because I'm still underfueled in this Grand Prix, and as you can see now, the 2 title contenders battling it out. Of course, my advantage has been getting much bigger up front, as I've been on a huge run of form right now, and I don't intend that on changing. As you can see, Vettel now under pressure, as we've got DRS wide open, and down the inside of Sebastian Vettel, making the move stick up into the lead of the Singapore Grand Prix. A very comfortable move there, and as you can see now, we are dominating in this Grand Prix, taking the lead, lap 7 to 31. Now all we got to do is just pull ahead, clear, and basically leave the field for dust. On to lap 9 of the Grand Prix now, and we're just carrying on doing our own thing. Vettel's sort of sticking with us actually in this Grand Prix. We're coming into the pits for our first stop of the Grand Prix. This is going to be one of 2 stops because we're going to be stopping for the intermediates come that time, and as you can see now, entering our pit box, I believe we're going to get held by Vettel because he was that far back. Yes, you can see here, look, we have to wait for Vettel to come into the pits, so that means that Vettel is going to gain some time on us. You can see it there. So the gap was about 3.7 as soon as we all came into the pits. That's probably going to drop to about, well, 2.4 seconds, really, because he had that pit stop. Maybe at 2.1, I would have thought. It kind of depends on how quick Ferrari's stop was, but as you can see, Vettel has closed the advantage ever so slightly with a very nice cheeky tactic there, making me have to wait for him, which means that the gap has closed with Lance Stroll now half a minute behind, but of course everybody else has actually had to make their stop. And onto lap 15 of the Grand Prix now, you can see that the rain period has now arrived as we're just sliding all over the circuit here. The rain has come down and it's time for us to make the switch onto a set of intermediate tyres. So it didn't take long for the rain to come down. Maybe if we went onto a set of super soft tyres or even a set of soft tyres to start the race, we could have actually potentially just done the one stop here today and avoided having to make the next stop. But this time, as we come into the pit, you can see I'm consistently looking at the back of Sebastian Vettel, and this time around, we don't get held by him, and he has to come into the pit box, and we don't need to wait for him, as Lewis Hamilton now is also out there. But because the gap was so big between myself and Hamilton, you can see that he's coming into the pits at the same time or the same lap as me, rather than going around and doing another lap. So very good stuff there from Hamilton. He continues onwards, and I believe, in fact, everyone is going to make their pit stops now and get on those intermediate tyres. You can see we go wide down the exits. I was just sorting out some settings on the car AG in terms of the fuel mix, I think, is what I was trying to look at. But on to lap 16 of the Grand Prix now. We've got some yellow flags, and Carlos Sainz is out of the Grand Prix. But in these intermediate conditions, we were just flying, really. Vettel is about 6 or 7 seconds back now, and yeah, on 4.9 seconds, I lied. But yeah, you can see we're just very, very comfortable now, just minding our own business and doing our own race. And on to lap 18 of the Grand Prix, and there's a yellow flag there on the minimap, and that is going to be Sebastian Vettel. He was the driver behind me, and there it is, safety car deployed. Vettel is out of the Singapore Grand Prix. You can't make it up. The luck has just not been there for Sebastian Vettel, and that means that the championship is basically all but lost for Vettel in the intermediate conditions at Singapore. Vettel retired, and it costs the championship heavily, just like in real life. So yeah, my career mode, full of real life antics. But here's something weird. We're onto the safety car now. Lewis Hamilton is on the pit straight here, and he's been disqualified from the Grand Prix. I don't get it. Lewis Hamilton was on the pit straight. I was behind the safety car, and he's been disqualified. So all of a sudden, when we were thinking of a perfect Mercedes 1-2, Lewis Hamilton's been disqualified from this Grand Prix, and I believe it was for falling too far back. But I was so far in front that I don't get how that works. But on to lap 21 of the Grand Prix now. We're just going to have to get on with our own race here. We're going to get ready to go back racing once again. And yeah, we've got literally we're going to have 10 laps now to just basically fly away. I had a half a minute gap, and I decided to set myself a little fun challenge trying to get that back again. So yeah, I don't know why Hamilton got disqualified. It was obviously for the falling back behind the safety car glitch, which is really annoying. But sliding through turn 1 and 3 there here on lap 22, but we're back racing once again, and that was it really. That was the rest of the Grand Prix. We got someone in the yellow flags, but coming around the final corner now, coming towards the checkered flag. Nothing happened after the safety car. It is a third race win on the trot, and we have really found some form in this season after me and Vettel have been battling it out first and second each race along. Vettel has got on a bad string of races, and we've got on an almighty run of races at the moment. And of course, we have got Malaysia and Japan coming up, which are two circuits that I'm not that comfortable with. So getting these race wins at these tracks that I'm comfortable at is something that we needed. But as you can see then, Toto Wolff extremely happy with the performance. It is a hat-trick of wins here, and I am extremely happy with that. And of course, I expect that in my Mercedes-Benz, as I always put on those high expectations. But like I said, we shouldn't have started last. It was that stupid rain glitch, and we had the pace to get pole quite comfortably. Now, the difficulty is I'm not considering to changing it at the moment, because there's some tracks I'm comfortable at, some that I'm really not. And overall, Singapore, even in season 1 of my career mode, was just domination from myself. It's just a track where the AIs aren't as brilliant at, and it's a track that I just excel at in general. So I'm not really going to take into consideration that, oh, change the difficulty settings, because it's comfortable for me, and I don't feel going up is going to make me any better. Well, it's going to make me worse, but yeah. But anyway, then, you can see that we finished 24 seconds clear, and we were 2 seconds faster per lap. I believe Vettel set a much quicker lap time. Yeah, he was, and Hamilton actually, were much faster. For some reason, everyone that was in the race were just nowhere near my pace. But there it is, guys. In the driver's standings now, we have a 90-point gap over Sebastian Vettel. It is a huge margin, and it's going to take some major bottling from myself to cost me this championship. And honestly, we could wrap it up by like Japan or something. But in the constructor standings, the gap is 107 points. But overall, things have just gone our way, and it's absolutely fantastic here as we are now leading the rivalry. But we're going to have a contract event.
Hey, you'll like this. I just got out of a meeting with the boss and, well, congratulations. You've done a great job. Here.
Hey, so I didn't expect this to come along, but we've been promoted to the #1 driver of Mercedes-Benz, and that is how to top off a perfect weekend. Brilliant practice session, horrible qualifying, absolutely dominant Grand Prix, and now we are the #1 driver for Mercedes, which is what I wanted, and I am so happy about that. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you guys have enjoyed it, drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and I will see you guys, well, I'll see you guys in terms of the career mode again on Sunday now, and in terms of later today, you'll be seeing yet another challenge video. So take care all, guys. Peace.